Hello, friends! We've made it to our sixth and final game today. We've got no Earthspirit versus Team eHug. Mr. Wu, this is basically a relegation match. Both these teams, their journeys will be cut short.
That means we may see more exciting heroes like Bloodseeker 2.0, whoever that may be.
Very possible. Very possible. No Earthspirit, they definitely can't make it. eHug, there's probably some, like, 0.05% chance there could be a weird tiebreak, and maybe they could make it, but I don't think so.
They still have trouble.
Did you sit down and pull out pen and paper and do your math?
No.
You were going to come back and give us your homework, but you didn't.
There wasn't enough time in between breaks. I had
Excuses.
go do other duties.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, well, let's hop into this draft here. Let's see what the Earth Spirits and the eHugs are up to.
The Naga Siren.
Ooh, a little bit of that Naga. Well, first pick Centaur. We haven't seen any Centaur today. So this is going to be first pick Centaur.
Or Naga.
Marana Nagar.
I think we've probably seen Marana like every single game.
Yeah, everyone's been first pick in the Marana. I think she's damn good, and I think she's worthy of a first pick, but just don't put her in position 1.
You can put her in position 1. You just have to have a lineup that
Yeah.
can win with her as a position 1.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's not the position 1 that by itself is bad. It's the position 1 and then trading evenly against a hard carry like a Phantom Lancer that's really bad. You need to have that mid-game stride, and teams just haven't been doing it. So I'm curious, will this be the farming Naga, or will we just see a little support Siren there?
I'm not sure. I don't know if Jigo Billy plays it.
The Jigs? Nah, Jigs is probably going on Marana. That's his hero, man.
What about Justin?
He's been playing her every game. Can Justin play Naga Siren? I reckon so. I don't think I've ever seen Cakes play Naga Siren. It's got to be a Justin Naga.
I wonder if they know that they have no chance for the playoffs, or very little chance. I would assume so, but it's still a possibility that they might not know.
I don't know. Well, you're the ex-pro player. If you're in a situation like this and you're in a group stage, do you know? Is that what teams are thinking about?
Know.
You should know.
You should know.
Do most teams know? Are most teams like they know what's on the line? They do the math and they.
It's more important for the game before because they're like, well, if we lose this, we're out. So let's try our hardest, as opposed to like right now. They might not try their hardest just because they might know that already out. So it can work both ways.
If they don't know, that's a little bit sad.
Whatever.
No? I mean, it's cool. The more you know. That's a saying that I like because I like to learn new things. Like that corrosive breath is not lethal
Most
damage.
poison isn't lethal.
What poison is lethal?
Poison sting.
Poison touch.
Poison touch. Shadow poison. Or shadow poison
shadow
from
poison.
Shadow Demon. Venomous Gale.
Yeah.
Poison Nova.
But Poison Nova's not.
Corrosive breath is also not.
Yeah. If Poison Nova was lethal, man, Venom would be so good. That shit would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, Disruptor, Shadow Demon gets banned out. We've seen a lot of Marana and Shadow Demon. I think those have been the two most picked heroes today. So, no more Shadow Demon.
Sand King too, man.
Oh, God, so much Sand King. But I like the Sand King. He's a little
He's fun to
monster there.
watch. He got
Yeah, he's a guy, you know, little bug there.
yeah.
Got that exoskeleton.
Without the double blink initiate, I don't think that they would have been able to hold off their 5-man with Mass Necro books. So I think that he's just a really important hero at most stages of the game. Like mid game, he can stop pushes. Late game, he still has an instant stun that can do a lot of damage to BKBs. He can still escape. He can get Veil and Scythe potentially later to just try and be useful. He's just very high impact support, and he can farm it too. Like, there's some heroes that are like, oh yeah, it'd be nice if I can get a Scepter, but most of them can't farm it. But Sand King, he can actually get it.
Yeah. You know, we shouldn't be surprised it's the first pick Centaur because, come on, man, this is our boy Half-Fried Egg Roll. He plays Centaur every game.
He's a legit Centaur.
I think this is the 6th game no Earthspirit have played, or is this their 7th?
I believe it's their 6th.
Their 6th. I think of the 5 games we've seen, at least 4 of them have been Centaur on Half-Fried Egg Roll, if not all 5. They first pick Centaur if it's available, and they give it to him. I mean, he's good at it, but not a very he is a very one-dimensional player, it seems. We haven't seen him do
Maybe
much
they're
else.
just a more one-dimensional team than him being a one-dimensional player.
Could be a combination of both. I shouldn't throw the egg roll under the bus. But it's a confusing name. Yeah, I was watching the rebroadcast yesterday, and someone was like, "Egg roll? Is that some kind of a stupid joke?" And I was like, "No, his name is actually Half-Fried Egg Roll. That is a shortened version of his full name." It's pretty legit.
Well, you always call people by their names instead of just the hero.
I like that. I feel like it reinforces the fact that we're not just watching a bunch of pixels. There's actually people controlling the pixels. When I say Sand King, it's just like, oh yeah, Sand King. Duh, he did an epicenter, but Fogged, he got off the epic
I
epicenter.
never feel like I'm casting pixels. I don't ever get that feeling that these kind of seem like I always know I'm casting players. I don't know. I don't feel like
I'm glad
I'm
you
being
know
impersonal.
that, but there's sometimes 20, 30,000 people out there that might not always know that.
Well, it's better that than confusing them, messing up the name.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like to remember
King RD.
like who's doing what. You know, it's like giving a shout out like, oh, Fogg comes in with an epic play. If you just say Sand King, it's like then you see people in chat, who's playing Sand King? Who made the epic plays? I'm trying to nip it in the bud, you know. I don't know. I like to go back and forth, and sometimes
I think it's a mix and match.
Sometimes I like to mix it together, like IX Mike's.
But if you have to think about it, it interrupts the flow.
Sometimes, and also it's because I can read it too. Like I read their names, like in a team fight.
Congratulations.
Well, like well, no, I'm talking about interrupting flow. You don't think about Dragonite, or think about you
can't like visually see the hero and know what it is.
90% of the no, more than 90%. Most of the time you can, but sometimes you stutter a little bit, man. Come on now.
Jeez, you clearly don't play enough Dota.
You're really insulting me here, man. By play is not up to snuff now. Jeez.
I'm just questioning your decision to always call heroes by their player names.
So what's the right ratio of player name?
There is no right ratio.
Is it close to 50-50 or is one better than other? It's a flex.
If you're casting like some team that you've never seen before, it's okay to just call them by their hero.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely, the more I know the players, the more I call them by their names. So if it's like Navi versus Alliance, I'm always calling them their names. You know, if it's Earthspirit, well, if people I don't know, I'll say Half-Fried Egg Roll because I think it's funny. That's just a funnier name. I'd rather say Egg Roll than Centaur.
But like Evan, who cares if it's Evan? No one cares that it's Knave. You probably don't even know that his real name's Knave.
All right, fine. So from now on, I will say Evan's hero. I see where you're going.
But you can say Evan because it's right on there. So
yeah, it's just easier. You have to think. There's already other things you've got to think about. So anything that you can do to lessen the load and just read names when you're doing the machine gun play-by-play, it helps.
But then other people have to think. They have to translate the name to the hero as opposed to.
That's true. They do.
And they might not know who's playing who, so it makes it more confusing for some people too.
Jesus, dude. Is this what it's like when someone plays Devil's Advocate? Because I'm about to stop. I don't like it. This is too much.
I'm just trying to present other options, okay?
I feel you. All right, noted.
Yeah,
I'll try and throw in some Dragonites some more Sand Kings.
Some more DKs.
You know, the real question is, what's better? Is it good to mix in some of the Dota 1 names every so often, or is that bad? Because it does confuse some people.
If it's really obscure, you shouldn't call him Knight Davion.
Yeah, I usually try to do them in tandem, like the Ishkafel Darkseer or like Mirana, the Priestess of the Moon. So it's like
Slith Ice.
Yeah, that's it. Some of them I know, some of them I don't. It's like that's one of those things where it's confusing to some people, but
can I quiz you then?
But the people that do get it really like it. So it's kind of
one
of
Centaur's
those.
name?
God, I have no clue. Some of them I know really well.
Brad Warden.
Is it really Brad Warden?
Brad Warden.
Big Brad. Oh, I actually K-pop Toast told me that once. There was a whole cast where we called him Brad every game. Big Brad.
This Knight Davion. What's Sand King's name?
Davion, Sand King. It's weird. It's something with like a bunch of X's and J's. Crixilus. Yeah. See, I knew it. I knew it had some X's.
Morphling.
1X. Lion the Demon Witch.
What's Morphling's name?
Is Morphling his first name or his second name? Is he like Puddle the Morphling?
I don't actually know.
Bubbles the Morphling?
I don't know what Morphling's real name is.
Yeah, he's a weird. I've always just called him Morphling.
I'll look it up.
I'm actually really curious now. Morphling. I'm trying to No, I never knew it. What are some of the others here?
I think it's just Morphling.
He's
Morphling the Morphling.
Morphling the Morphling.
King Leoric, Ishkafel, Mirana, Priestess of the Moon, Slith Eyes,
yeah.
Rubik, the Grand Magus.
Grand
I know all
Magus.
those ones.
Yeah, Radiant has a lot.
You can call him the Grand Magus.
I've let the Grand Magus slip
That's a
out
cool
few
name.
times. That's an awesome one. And I like that. I think Rubik fits the lore really well. I forget. If you read his lore, it's pretty good. He's is he related to Kel'Thuzad? He did
I can read his lore.
He had some pretty cool lore.
We have some downtime.
I read it once.
No one's close to each other.
We haven't even talked about the last picks, Morphling and Wraith King. They're pretty good heroes. One morphs and one.
Well, the important part is that Pandago's on Wraith King again, so that means he's support. Justin's on the solo mid Naga Siren, and Jigglebilly will be on the Mirana. As for everything else, everything's pretty self-explanatory on eHug's lineup. Cakes will be playing the Darkseer, which is solo safely in this game, and I'm a Sheep Sucks will be on the offlane Rubik. Ban Earth, Sand King, Goody, probably one of the highest impact Sand Kings that we've seen in this tournament. Dragon Knight, mid, Bricks. He doesn't play that great of a carry. We saw his Wraith King the other day. It just did not do anything. Probably lowest impact Wraith King that we've seen in this tournament. Yep. Fried Egg Roll, Half-Fried Egg Roll, Big Brad on the Centaur, on the bottom lane. he owns. He's a solid Centaur player. Evan, a.k.a. Knave online, the Demon Witch, and Morphling the Morphling, played by Lua, a new standard that we haven't seen yet.
Do you know Lua? Have you
Nope.
heard this name?
Nope.
I do not recognize Lua. So this could be anybody. Could be anyone. Could be awesome. Could be bad. You never know. You just never know. So every
Can I
so
read
often
the lore?
That's a pretty long bit of lore. You want to read it to yourself and then give us the abstract version?
No, I just want to read it.
All right, you can read it. I'm into it.
Any mage can cast a spell or two, and a few may even study long enough to become a wizard, but only the most talented are allowed to be recognized as a magus. Yet, as with any sorcerer's circle, a sense of community has never guaranteed competitive courtesy. Already a renowned duelist and scholar of the grander world of sorcery, it never occurred to Rubik that he might perhaps be magus material, until he was in the midst of his 7th assassination attempt. As he casually tossed the 12th of a string of would-be killers from a high balcony, it dawned on him how utterly unimaginative the attempts on his life had become. That was a whiff. Where once the interruption of a finger snap or fire hand might have put a cheerful spring in his step.
Uh-oh, telekinesis into arrow, Wraithfire Blast, Morphling! He'll maybe be the first to take a spill. No, if he morphs some strength waves for him away.
Okay, there's too much action. I can't
he's
do
good.
this.
Yeah, well, that's about all the action.
This
but
is pretty good.
that's pretty epic lore, man. He hung a string of people.
Okay, I'll keep reading then.
Yeah, do it, man.
It dawned on him how utterly unimaginative the attempts on his life had become, where once the interruption of a finger snap or fire hand might have put a cheerful spring in his step, it had all become so very predictable. He craved greater competition. Therefore, donning his combat mask, he did what any wizard seeking to ascend the ranks would do. He announced his intention to kill a magus. Whoa, this is getting intense. Rubik quickly discovered that to threaten one magus is to threaten them all, and they fell upon him in force. Each antagonist spell was an unstoppable torrent of energy, and every attack a calculated killing blow. But very soon something occurred.
Uh-oh. Pause the story, Justin. Nah, they don't even get to breathe the fire on
But
him.
very soon something occurred that Rubik's foes found unexpected. Their arts appeared to turn against them. Inside the magic maelstrom, Rubik chuckled, subtly reading and replicating the powers of one in order to cast it against another, sowing chaos among those who had allied against them. Accusations of betrayal began to fly, and soon the sorcerers turned one upon another without suspecting who was behind their undoing. When the battle finally drew to a close, all were singed and frozen, soaked and cut and pierced. More than one lay dead by an ally's craft. Rubik stood apart, sore but delighted in the week's festivities.
Sore but delighted.
None had the strength to argue when he presented his petition of assumption to the Hidden Council, and the insubstantial 11 agreed to, as one, to grant him the title of Grand Magus.
Wow.
That's a cool story, dude.
Hell yeah, it is. That's the... I would read that short story if I was in English class.
But now he's just support war bitch.
Yeah, poor Rubik. Yeah, it's pretty epic, though. He's come a long way in his tenor. The only thing I didn't like about that story was the part about being sore. That seemed very lackluster. Oh, again on to Lua. They've got the initiation, but same story, different chapter. Morphs to strength, wave forms away, and he survives pretty handily. Morphling's just a little too tricky to gank.
I do not like Morph and Try on Try, though. He just gets pressured so darn hard because all he really has is survivability. He can't really offer that much damage because you can't just waveform in for the damage because you'll most likely just die. It's not as good as, like, let's say, Leap because Mirana's a 600 range hero. So she can actually do damage from range, whereas Morphling, not this early. He only has 350 damage, and later when you're tanking him,
350 range.
350 range.
Yeah, 350 damage. That would be
That'd be
solid.
awesome. You could attack like once every like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's still
Tiny syndrome to the extreme. You're just like...
So again, we see this Dragon Knight versus Naga mid, and I think I talked about it the other day, but I think Dragon Knight is one of the best heroes to face off versus Naga mid.
Oh, Morphling. Maybe they'll catch him this time. He's low on mana, still morphing strength. They can't kill him quite yet. Now Pandago comes in. He's got the Wraithfire Blast. He's very low on mana. Still, he can morph enough strength that they just can't bring him down. And while we're looking at this, the first blood comes out. It is, oh, the Centaur, the egg roll.
Damn, look at this double stun out top from Knave. And they can't kill Lua yet. He has too much HP, but he's so darn slow.
Oh my god, can they take him down? No, it doesn't look like
Wow. That was so clutch from Evan. He just double stunned them right as Wraith King's Hellfire Blast, or Wraithfire Blast, or whatever it is, came off cooldown. And Goody going for the big plays. Going for the big plays. I'm a Sheep Sucks didn't throw him back. And is he going to die?
He's right on the edge, long range, right onto Sheep. And Sandstorm is enough damage as the creeps come in.
That AoE buff, jeez.
Level 2 Sandstorm, mind you, as well. So ups the damage, ups the area. And that makes it 2-1. Ban Earthspirit off to an okay start. They've got the experience edge.
Ban Sand King, man.
The problem is this Morphling, though. As we've seen, they haven't been able to kill him yet, but he has 6 last hits. He's 6 and 3. We're 5 minutes in. He's at 1 CS a minute. That is bad. That's rough.
They're stacking for him.
It's not really his fault. They put him in a rough situation, but they're stacking for him. You mean they're stacking for Goody?
Well, that's okay. Sand King can create space for him later. I don't think it's that big of a problem. As long as he hasn't died and as long as he's getting experience, he's not in the worst position.
Yeah.
If he died, he'd be in real big trouble.
We'll see. Naga Siren looking for a fast Radiance here. Hasn't committed to drums quite yet, just Brown Boots and a Quelling Blade, but number 2 on last hits overall, still 1 up on the Dragon Knight. You're right that they can definitely find recovery for the Morphling, but this is about as rough a start as you can get on him. He's already a hero that takes a long
way
time
rougher
to
would
come
be
on.
dying. He was really close to dying. If you watch that second part, he had double-digit HP for quite some time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And no mana. He was like on that morphing, waiting for that natural mana regen for one more morph.
He's He's doing the glowing red strat. Have you done the glowing green strat with Morphling?
No, I don't play Morphling.
Okay, well, the glowing green strat is when you morph agility the whole entire game, and that's it. And you're constantly glowing green because you can't get any more agility.
That's it? It's like a Morphling challenge?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Which is harder to execute with, the all green or the all red?
I don't know.
They're both rough.
They're both rough.
The one is glass cannon, the other one is no damage.
I've never tried the glowing red strat. I've tried the glowing green strat.
Yeah? Is it? What's the secret?
You jungle with Quelling Blade.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sure your teammates loved you that game.
They definitely did.
It's like, what is wrong with this Morphling? Is it viable? Can you actually kill creeps fast enough?
Dude, any ranged hero can kill it. You just cut down these trees. Right here.
Oh, you do the cheap, the Luna high ground.
Well, any ranged hero can do it without it, but it just makes it faster.
Yeah. Okay. That would be the microwave roll.
But still, I have not seen the glowing red strat. If you can make that work, then you're probably a badass Morphling.
Uh-oh, he gets telekinesis. Pull to the side, actually.
See, you asked me what you can do to Morphling, and it's just not draft a lot of stuns, because he'll just shapeshift, or Morphling, whatever you want to call it.
You need an Orchid or something, and
or you need a lot of
some
burst.
silences. Yeah. I thought eHug might have enough burst, but it's just not enough damage. The telekinesis is a great disable, but just doesn't pack a
Justin gets stunned in mid. Goody coming in with the plays.
Uh-oh, Elder Dragon form used as well. They'll get this kill onto Justin. He burns the Song of the Siren, but the epicenter still goes off, and it ticks him down. A pretty close call for
They need
Naga.
a ward for him in the mid lane.
Evan up top. He gets Wraithfire blasted, Fade bolted, and arrows thrown into his back. He takes a spill up top. So eHug find a recovery kill, but not so great. Not really a recovery kill. They find another kill up in the top lane.
I can just imagine Mirana throwing arrows. Like darts.
All right, she was shooting arrows in her finely equipped bow. Uh-oh, Lua, telekinesis back. Wraithfire bolt. Do they have the damage this time? They've got it, baby. Woohoo!
They do it.
Jiggle Billy, he's the one that gets credit for that one. 250 big ones right in the bank, and he'll turn those Somalians into a Handamitis. And bricks. Yeah, he's just chucking bricks at this mid tower. He's got an illusion rune.
So now things are not terribly great for Banner. They did kill Naga mid once, but I don't think they can afford to have this Morphling die a few more times. I also think that Morphling should probably be sitting on a little bit more HP than the 777. He must be feeling lucky.
Yeah, that must be it. Yeah, he's doing all right. He's got some damage. Ooh, the egg roll. He's been pretty quiet this offlane. We have not talked about this offlane at all. The Darkseer versus Centaur. There was a kill. The first blood was actually what the Centaur picked up. We were watching that kill attempt up top when it came out. But aside from that, it's been a pretty quiet lane. It's just been a static farm fest. And Darkseer 9 CS up on him. That's about it. They're just farming away. And Centaur gets his nice early blink. What's Darkseer done with his spoils? He's going for mech. And not quite there yet, but well on his way as he surges about.
So they finally dump a ward mid for good old Justin. They need Naga to get farmed. They have stacked a couple of cannons for her, but still in that process of bottle crowing, trying to get her farm on. She is number 4 in terms of CS, although she is tied with Mirana for last hits. And there's a big triple. Is it a triple stack? Yeah, tri-stack coming out here.
It's a big one.
It's nice for Lua if he can actually take it out, but I don't know if he can take it out.
Yeah, he'll clear up some of the little ones.
He's not that strong.
Yeah, he doesn't do that much damage. He still only has 20 CS under his belt.
Shadows, take us.
Very low on net worth.
You criticize their Moonlight Shadowflare. It looks like they have learned from their mistakes. Morphling going in.
He's in trouble. Wraith Fire Blast, Fade Bolt, Telekinesis, Vacuum, Arrow, but he's still waveforms away. The arrow was off the money. Oh no, I think they should have Starstormed there.
Or Jiggle.
Well, they'll still get this tier 1 tower as they zone out the Morphling. So,
I don't know if they get that tower, dude.
Well, they're chipping hard. Okay, wow.
Brix is coming around from behind with the DD Dragonite. You cannot mess with that.
Damn, dude. Naga Siren gets picked off. The Blink Bros, they make it happen.
Damn, they
Goody picked up a Blink Dagger as well.
Jeez.
What a simultaneous
I swear, Goody with his sinking. Like, he finds kills around the map and he gets his Blink Dagger at a timely pace.
Yeah, they're still trying to set this up top, though. 4 heroes from eHug. They want
Oh,
vengeance.
they got the stack, though. That's important. The tri-stack.
Yep, they're using that Ion Shell. But they want this Telekinesis onto Lua. This time the arrow is on the money, but Earth Spike is there. That slows down the Rubik. Wraithfire Blast on Morphling. Cakes turned into a frog. He'll be forced back. The Egg Roll coming forward. Double Edge on some creeps. Connects with the sleepy Rubik. He's not sleepy. He's a sheep. Stampede forward. They want Cakes. But will they find it? Dragon Tail onto Pandago. Not yet level 6. Easy kill on the one true king. And now ban Earthspirit. They're looking good, Merlini. They'll take out this tier 1 tower. Glyph is available, but I think eHug will have a much more difficult time making defense.
These Blinks are just OP as crap.
Blink Bros, bro.
They're just destroying eHug right now. Wraith King nowhere close to his. Darkseer not getting one because he's going for a mech. Mirana just going to fall prey constantly to these since she went for a Midas. She has less than 800 HP at this point, and Nagasiren's taken 2 spills in mid, and that has significantly delayed her Radiance timing. So, all in all, things going well for Ban Earth. I think they also need to take down the mid tower with the next Dragon Knight ultimate, just so that they can limit Naga's farm and sweep into the jungle. Naga is just going to be stacking and abusing this area over here, and they really need to stop her from doing that because Morphling's still under farm. But if they can keep Nagasiren under farm too, then it's okay.
Wow, so the gold graph isn't that out of control. Only about 3,000 in favor of Ban Earthspirit, but a 7,500 experience lead. Look at that level chart. There's just such a huge disparity. I don't know how this happened. I mean, Centaur did fine in the off lane.
Because sinking.
Yeah, Sand King, he opens up all that efficiency, farms in the jungle, and after following that team fight, they are really out-leveling them. The 2 supports on eHug level 4 and 5. The supports on Ban Earthspirit are 9 and 6. This is the power of Goody Sand King right here. Very impressive. Will he go for Necrobook this game, though? That's been his classic build. Blink into Necro.
Probably. Really good versus Wraith King.
Yep.
Good versus Moonlight Shadow, too. I don't see why he wouldn't if he did to other games.
Yeah, that's true. He's done it in games where it's not quite as good. Where that last game, it seemed like a Veil almost would have been better, but yeah, Necro will come in handy right here. Jigglebilly, he went for that Midas once again on Mirana. This has been his pretty classic build. Apparently the egg roll is lagging.
I'm lagging too.
All right, well.
It's okay, bro.
I'm the admin here. I have the power.
Don't be indecisive. You're a weakling.
Hey, if he wants to pause, he can. All right, I demand a pause. Someone said it might be lagging. We shall pause this game.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? You didn't want that kind of decisive?
You can be like,
put my foot down.
You can be, hold on a sec.
Hold on a sec, guys. Nah, man. If he wants to pause, he's got it. They haven't paused yet. It's cool.
It's cool.
Lag, you know, just.
You need to roll with an iron fist.
Hey, man. If they start abusing the power that I've
That's what I'm here
them,
for, dude.
And that's to abuse the power?
No, to keep them from pausing.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like Egg Roll. Either a pipe or a mech coming out. He has the headdress. He'll join the line. They'll smoke up.
Mid lane, too.
They're headed towards the bottom. Oh, this tower's about to fall. The Corrosive Breath. Is it lethal on towers? Like, can the Corrosive Breath get the last hit on a tower?
I don't think so.
Oh, down bottom. Jigglebilly. Whoa, they'll jiggle him with the finger. Too much burst damage.
Position 1 Mirana at it again.
It's just, it's okay. It's okay at best.
I would say it's much worse than a lot of other position 1s. But in the grand scheme of position 1s, she offers a lot more. So, it's alright.
I still think she's a good first
pick. It's overrated.
It's overrated, and the problem with eHug is part of the reason I think she's a good first pick is because of that flexibility. You see Mirana first, and you think, okay, she could be a support, she could be position 1, she could be solo mid, she could be offlane. She could literally do anything besides jungle. There are more common
You can
roles.
jungle Mirana. I've seen it done before.
I mean, okay, it's possible, but that's one I would almost write off the list. Anyway.
What, you like leap, you go on Dire, over here, you leap into the trees, and then you shoot arrows mid.
So is this...
It's legit.
All right.
I've seen it done before.
All right.
I made fun of it, and then I saw it own people.
Fine. Marana can play any role.
Okay.
But it really adds to the value of this point. Marana
Hey,
can do
I told
anything.
you not to speak in absolutes. You said she can't jungle. I have seen her jungle
Okay.
effectively.
All right, fair enough. I had that one coming. She can do anything, so that's part of her value as a first or second pick. If you first pick Marana and then every single time put her in position 1 safe lane, hand a Midas first item into power treads, you lose that value. It's not a surprise pick anymore. You can pretty safely assume, all right, Jiggle Billy's going to be jiggling around on top of the kitty, and it's all right, we know what's happening here. So I think they need to be a little more flexible with their Marana. Sometimes they got to switch it up, spice things up a little bit, have a little soupçon of support, if you will.
The what?
Soupçon, it's
I don't
like
know
a
what the
little...
heck. Is that French?
Yes, it's like a chef thing. Like a soupçon is like a little flavor, like a little highlight. You know,
Dude,
like
I am not sophisticated.
soupçon of saffron.
I'm not well cultured.
All right, well,
I don't eat.
I'm trying to culture
French
you here.
foods.
I don't. Hey, we went to a French restaurant and got mussels like a month ago, man. We did get French food together. Come on,
So
now.
I don't know French foods.
Well, you should have asked that creepy waiter about the fine points of French delicacies. I didn't like that waiter, man. That guy sucked. He was too nice to the girls, and not nice enough to the guys. Wasn't into it. Well, Ben Earthspirit, they're continuing momentum here. Lion denies the bottom tier 1 tower. Naga Siren, almost gets caught by the hoof stomp. 3,800 gold right now. Really bad time for the Naga to die. This could be a scary team fight. Song of the Siren. Moonlight Shadow comes down as well. Ooh, Goody. He puts down the sentry right as it happens.
He's just gonna blink out.
Egg roll. Can he get the blink?
He doesn't
Dragon
need a
tail on the
blink.
cakes. There's your Stampede. He'll hop forward. Cakes. He gets decapitated by the egg roll. And now Justin, he could be in trouble. In comes Goody. I'm a sheep falls.
What
off to
was
the side.
the plan with that
Jiggle Billy.
Song of the Siren?
I am really not sure.
That was one of those, hey, I can get one person, but I don't actually know what we can do with it.
I don't know. That almost made easier setup for Ben Earthspirit. The Centaur just straight stampeded, blinked forward, and cut off Ruby Tuesday's head.
Centaur is really difficult to kill, too. Like, maybe if they caught him in a 5-second arrow, they can do it. But even then, they have to worry about the counter initiation from Sand Ultimate. So you really don't want to be doing that in that sort of situation. I think it's really good to pick off stragglers, especially stragglers without blink, like Dragon Knight and Lion. But as it stands, that was kind of a waste of ultimate. They end up saving the tower, but giving up 2 kills.
Yeah.
Poor Wraith King's not even level 6. This is not a Hamdago.
Oh, man, yeah. I don't know what the opposite of ham is, but...
Pandago?
Yep, Pandago. Well, still not over yet. Earthspirit, they're still in
They
great
still
shape.
have the Naga.
7,500 gold, 10,000 experience. You're right. They still have the Naga. And Ban Earthspirit, they've got the right idea. They know they don't really want to go late against the Naga. Yes, they've got a Morphling who is starting to find recovery farm. He's actually surpassed Naga on net worth, but hold that thought as I'm a sheep just gets destroyed. Big vacuum back, but they don't get into the wall. Oh, no. Brick's taking pretty heavy damage, but there's your defensive stampede. That'll keep them alive. They're trying to pursue, but they just don't have any way to stop them from running away. And Lion's he's farming in the bottom lane. He's now level 9. He picks up his Blink Dagger.
Easy farm.
Oh, yeah. So he'll be hexing people all over the place. That's a little scary. The instant cast hex is pretty keen initiation.
Well, still half duration left on the Dragon Knight's ultimate, and a stun will catch out one person. Pandago still not level 6.
Oh, no. Pandago, he does get mech'd up, but it's just not enough. Finger of Death out on Cakes. It will be a 2-0. Yes, as the Demon Witch gets off that one last auto attack. They'll just press forward here. They can at least chip at this tier 3 tower. I don't think they want to commit for it, but a little bit of chip damage never hurt anybody.
Nice replicate of the Dragon Knight. You get the Poison Breath.
Mm-hmm.
Corrosive Breath.
Yeah.
It's owning that tower, man. Corrosive Breath is OP, dude. 20 damage per second in the last 5 seconds.
It's an absurdity.
Like, what in the heck?
It's really good. Look at this. He was going to go BKB, and he was just like, nah, I think Ogre Club's okay. I want Maelstrom. Brix is like, we want to do some deeps right now. It's my money, and I want to spend it now. It's not often you see a DK do that. Just abandon ship
Usually
on a BKB.
you'll see Shadowblade.
Shadowblade
they're doing
or
well.
BKB Rush. Yeah, one or the other. But this was, I think I'm struggling. Oh, wait, I realized I'm not struggling. That's all right. Lua, he went Aquila and the Power Treads. How do you say that? How do you pronounce that one? Do you say Aquila?
I always just say Tequila.
Ring of Tequila. All right, fair enough. Perseverance, 1,300. When in doubt, just make a joke. It's not a bad philosophy on life.
Naga Siren close to a Radiance needs 450 gold, and this is what eHug really needs to start actually getting back in the game. It's only 10,000 gold, and like a 21-minute Radiance isn't the worst thing in the world. I've seen worse.
It's not the worst, but certainly not the best. It's like, give us a percentile here. It's like 35 percentile or something. Ish. 30.
Yeah, roughly around there, I'd say.
Yeah, and Necro Book on the way.
Well, it
for
also
Sand
depends
King.
too, because she doesn't have any items. She doesn't have a Bracer. She doesn't have a Tequila. She doesn't have a Wraith Band. She doesn't even have a Basilius, so it's not the best.
Yeah, this is a straight up rush. You're absolutely right about that. But the problem with the Radiance, as we go back to many a time with Naga, that's her big farming tool. Yeah, it'll do some damage, but she's still really squishy. They can still jump on top of her, and between the Finger of Death, Double Edge, and everything else they've got, they can still burst this Naga down very easily if she's not careful. So when they're knocking on the tier 3 tower,
well,
could be tricky.
it's really good for delaying pushes, though, too, because if you're a good Naga Siren, you'll send illusions like cut off this creep wave in the back, it'll cut off the creep wave mid here in between the towers, and you draw the other team around
You mean
the
like
map
what
so
this
they can't.
Rogue Centaur
Yeah,
is doing
pretty
right
much
now?
what that's what you should be doing,
Yeah.
and it's smart. That Rogue Centaur, I don't know whose Rogue Centaur that is.
That is Jigglebilly's. He's got himself a Helm of the Dominator.
Well, he's doing work with the Rogue Centaur. He's delaying their push. Now what are they going to do? Push with this creep wave of 2?
Yeah, it delayed their push into the high ground, but I'm not convinced Ben Earthspirit wanted to go for the high ground.
Still,
anyhow.
longer is better for eHug at this point. They need to buy time from Naga Siren. They can't afford to lose the T3 or even have their T3 under pressure this early because they still need her to get her business on.
Yes,
Her farming business.
she does need to do some business. That is for sure. I think that Ben Earthspirit could take Roche here.
Oh, there's a Shadow Blade.
So
He has a Shadow Blade and a Maelstrom and an
Ogre Club into Maelstrom into Shadow
Dude,
Blade.
he's rich.
He's rich, but this is one of the strangest DK item progressions I've ever seen. That is one big frog. That is a... I almost want to screenshot that. I've never seen Roshan get turned into a frog like that. That's pretty funny.
Well, Naga Siren's just doing her thing. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, Jigglebilly about to get blown up in middle.
The Jiggler? Oh, yeah. He gets wrecked. But they'll pay for it. Looks like Evan will fall. Goody may not get out of this one scot-free either. Nah, he'll be okay. He's got a Bro Strike and a Blink. Roche falling pretty quickly. Centaur comes in. He pops the ultimate now. Lua coming in as well. Rubik does get surged. I'm getting a little bit of lag spikes here as well. But
Come on, Justin. They need you to put on some pressure so they can't do Roshan. But he's scared. What's he scared of?
he's scared of Goody, man, for good reason. He has an Epicenter. He could do a lot of damage to that Naga. Level 2 Epicenter as well.
Well, Roshan going to be taken down. Who's going to get it? Morphling or... I'd actually say DK is more important than Morphling right now.
Yes.
And
Wholeheartedly agreed, and Brix agrees as well.
So,
Yeah,
the
he's
timer is ticking for... I don't actually know.
12,000 gold, 14,000 experience for Ben Earthspirit. They have a pretty big window here.
They have a pretty good late. They have pretty good late game too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Morphling and DK, they can take this late and still
Not
tango with
only
a farm
those
Naga.
two, but Sand King, Centaur, and Lion. They don't do the worst with items in a late game.
Yeah, leaving Lion is okay. His ultimate falls off, but the Hex Initiation
Dude,
never,
you can get
never
Scepter
becomes
and just
bad.
start carrying.
That's true. That is very true. I like the Scepter on Lion. I'm still waiting for the day. You know what? Do you think at TI4 there's a chance that some team will pull out the pocket Darkseer, Ags Rush strat on Lion and try and get the epic Laser of Doom?
Not with that much money on the line.
Yeah, come on, Merlini.
I mean,
Somebody's gonna
I
do it.
really want to see it too.
I'm
Don't
still
get me
waiting
wrong.
for the day that somebody has that just epic. We've seen some Lions get the Ags and alright, maybe he lasers 2 or 3 people. We haven't just seen one of those wombo combo like Lion Rampage kind
Dude,
of.
200 AoE is tiny. I think it's 200 radius.
Have faith, man. Magnus, the resurgence of Magnus. 5-man RP into Finger of Death. I'm not saying it's viable every game, but it will happen sometime in the future.
You have to be so insanely far ahead to have a not position 1 Lion able to farm that.
Yeah, so TI's the perfect place to do it. Everything's on the line. Teams don't like to tap out early. Sounds like the recipe for a Finger of Death to me.
I would like to see return a solo mid Lion.
I think it's semi-viable in certain strats.
Boom! Arrow to the face, but he still has strengths on.
Oh, poor Evan. Arrow. I wish that when you got hit by an arrow, it would added a graphic where there's like an arrow sticking out of your chest. Wouldn't that be cool? Or like out of your head or something, just like an arrow sticking out of you. That's the next level of Dota graphics. Archers, their arrows stick in you. Like if there's a Clinks with a strafe going ham, like your hero's face is just covered in arrows. I guess Merlini doesn't approve.
I'm watching this push.
I'm watching it as well. Bricks pops the Dragon ultimate. Song of the Siren. Justin with the setup here. He has BOTs up now. Still very squishy. Cakes with the wall. Long-range arrow hits the egg roll. This is about the best setup they can hope for, but Justin gets jumped on right away. Bricks taking hefty damage as well. Still holding on to the Aegis. Pipe and Mech comes out for ban Earthspirit. Cakes the target of choice. First to go down. eHug just don't have the damage. Fried Egg Roll is woken up from his stun. Rubik falls. Jiggle Billy gets picked off as well. It's a 3-0 to get things started. Now Pandago. He'll go down next. That's his ultimate. He is finally level 7.
That's an early epi.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
That's the GG.
Wow.
eHug tap out. They just can't do it.
The stun bros just at it again.
Yeah.
Goody and Fried Egg Roll, they just straight up carry
Ban
this
out those
early
heroes,
game.
dude. Yeah, you got to ban the Centaur against no Earthspirit.
I think ban Sand King.
And Sand King. Good first bans, I think.
I think Sand King's more integral to their strat than Half Right Egg Roll. Because Half Right Egg Roll, he kind of wins his lane, but Goody makes him win 2 lanes. And he gets a Blink Dagger, so he wins the mid game.
Yeah, he opens up so much more efficiency. That's where that huge experience edge came from. Not only does Sand King farm really well in the jungle, but he's not leeching experience from the other lanes, so it's kind of a twofold experience victory. Honestly, just great execution from Ban Earthspirit. DK 3-0 and 8, Centaur 6-0 and 5. They kind of couldn't have executed that much better, honestly. Morphling struggled a lot in the top, but as you mentioned, he didn't farm much, but he also didn't die. So that was part of their victory in the safe lane. Well, that wraps up our coverage today. A fun relegation match, but Ban Earthspirit, they get another win on the board. That's it for us today, though. That was Summit America group stages. Do we have updated things there? Nope, getting the kill sign. So, well, not too much else has happened following.
Tomorrow, we have...
Is tomorrow the last day? No,
tomorrow the last day of the BO1s.
The last day of the group stage. Whoa, daddy.
So we have 5 BO1s. First one will be Snob vs Liquid. So this is really important because I think both of these teams have 2 losses.
Yes. They're 2 of the teams that are tied up for that slot towards the top. So that will be good. Things are very exciting tomorrow. The last game of the day tomorrow is Ichi versus no Earthspirit. That's a total relegation match. But so are these updated, Roland? Okay, so Ichi, they're 5-0. They have 2 games coming up tomorrow to round it off. They will be playing North American Rejects and no Earthspirit. They are definitely secured. Now, the Rejects, they're in probably the toughest position because it's almost safe to assume they'll lose to EG. That'll put them to 3-3, and they will have to beat, who's the other?
That's not safe to assume.
I think EG will beat them.
EG almost lost to Revenge. Or...
Almost.
Yeah. Was it Revenge? Yeah, it was Revenge.
Well, we'll see. That's consistency issues. Anyway, and then they're fighting the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. So NA Rejects, they have a lot of rough matches coming up. And Team Liquid, who are they up against tomorrow? The Sneaky Nyx Assassins and Revenge. So all of these
I would say Liquid has the easiest schedule.
Yes. All of these 3-2 teams will be, well, obviously figured out tomorrow, but...
Pretend there's no points column there, by the way, because that thing's useless.
All right, Merlini's a hater. It's true, though. I can't disagree with that. As much as I'd like to, I just can't.
So we have, 4 teams to qualify for the playoffs, and right now it could be... It's definitely EG, and then either 3 of SNA, Liquid, Revenge, and CNB, it looks like.
Yeah, that sounds
So
right.
one of those is going to be X out. So we don't know who it's going to be yet. CNB won't be playing tomorrow, but all the other teams will be.
Yeah.
That are in playoff contention.
Yeah, so we'll be very excited tomorrow. What time do we get started tomorrow?
11:45
a.m. PST. So y'all can tune in tomorrow. Look forward to that. There will be, is it Summit Asia tonight, Roland? Is that what's coming up? There's some Asia tonight. There's always content here on BTS. Too many games to even keep track of. There is Summit Asia. Yeah, HGT versus IG.
That's
ESL1. I'm so sorry. I looked at the wrong thing.
Vici versus
Dreamtime. Should be good stuff. So this was Summit America, guys. One more day of group stages until we get into the top 4 playoffs.
You can advertise other stuff too. There's other Dota going on.
We'll leave it at that. There's other Dota going on. This is the Summit America.
Be more vague.
Powered by
some
Twitch.
Dota will be played later today. Somewhere, sometime, some random players. Thank you.
All right. So this smartass over here is Merlini. Give him some love on Twitter at Merlini Dota. Over here is at Zyori TV and, of course, at Beyond the Summit. Having a lot of fun, and it's been a pleasure to bring you guys this coverage. But we're done for the day. It's dinner time. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.